I see you working hard on your thumbnails and doing everything possible to stand out on YouTube, and I'm gonna help you, okay? I totally get that there is a sea of content out there on YouTube, and it's really hard to feel like you can even break it or stand out or rise to the top. But there are people every single day just starting on this platform who are killing it. So what is the difference? Well, there's a couple of factors to really making your videos stand out on YouTube and your channel as a whole stand out on YouTube. So we're gonna focus on a few of those things today that are gonna help you stand out from the crowd and rise to the top of the ranks. The first thing is your thumbnails. But before anybody even can click on your video and see how amazing you are and your content is, they have to see your thumbnail and actually be attracted to click on it. So you might have noticed in this video, on my thumbnail, it was just this really bright background that might have drawn your eye in. And I would actually love to know in the comments if that was a factor to you clicking on this video. And you might notice that some YouTubers do use a green screen, which was what I'm using right now, to create that really bright backdrop behind them, which does attract a lot of viewers. But my caveat to this is if I was just starting out on my channel and I was just starting out creating videos, I would still stick to having text in my thumbnails, which I did for a very long time. And I've seen a lot of your comments saying, what happened to the text on your thumbnails? Why did you just go to pictures? And truthfully, I do tests on my content across platforms all the time. And I don't have quite enough data yet to tell you whether text versus photos works best, but I do know as a new channel, text is the way to go. So my old style of thumbnails, which is no more than 4 words on your thumbnails with a close-up image of your face in reaction to whatever the video is about, is the best way to go. So for example, in this video, if I were to create a thumbnail for it with text, if I was just starting my channel and I really wanted this video to stand out, I would have it say, make videos stand out. That'd be the only text in big bold letters, because keep in mind, your video is teeny tiny when people see it in search results or in suggested, so that text has to be big enough for anybody, your 80-year-old grandma, to be able to read. So you have to make sure that it's big, bold text. So your thumbnails are vitally important. So the things that you can do to differentiate your thumbnails so you stand out from the other videos and you're the one that people want to click on is bright, colorful backdrops, big, bold text, no more than 4 words, your face up close so people can actually see your eyes and your facial expression, and having some sort of reaction to the video that you're talking about, the content in your video, so that people are even more engaged and see your facial expression and they want to click to find out what the heck is in that video. Step number 2 is brand editing. So making sure that your videos are aligned across the board and that people know it's your video without even knowing it's your video. There's a lot of great examples of creators out there who have a very specific style of editing. They do their intros in the same way, they do their graphics in the same way, they do their music, their text, their sound effects, all in the same way. And those are all elements that you want to consider. And the easiest way to start doing this, even if you're editing your videos yourself at this point, or you're using something like iMovie, just use the same color and font for your text throughout your videos, and that's gonna give you a little bit of a brand to kick things off and keep that consistency with your audience. And it also helps you stand out because your colors are probably not gonna be the same as a lot of other people out there. So use that to your advantage. So creating some sort of a style and brand around the editing you do in your videos is going to help you stand out on YouTube and make people really familiar with your style of content so they want to keep coming back and keep watching. If you have a favorite sort of editor or style of editing on YouTube, I'd love for you to comment below with whoever that person is so we can all learn from that channel and check it out. And the third thing is your description style. And you might not think that this matters, but it really does matter. So I'm actually gonna do a quick screencast to show you what I'm talking about in setting up your description in a similar way every time so that people get used to it and they know that it's your style on your video, and it makes them more apt to click on your video and actually watch it. So if you're on my channel, you'll notice my description style pretty quickly. So what I do in my description style is I always reiterate the title.
at the very beginning. So I always reiterate the title in bold so you know exactly what you're getting. And then I always try to lead in with some sort of a strong hook. So how to make it as a beginner on YouTube. Are you just getting started on YouTube? And that leads people into the rest of the information that they'll need. But this is prime because most people who are searching for this topic are just getting started on YouTube. So I want to hook them in that way. And you'll notice that when you look on the search results, you'll see how to make it as a beginner on YouTube. It matches exactly what people are looking for. So they go, okay, that's probably the one that I want to click on. But I keep the description style the exact same on all my videos because every little bit of consistency that you can add into your videos is going to help you outperform other people in your niche.
Step number 4 to making your videos stand out on YouTube is actually getting off of YouTube and leveraging all of your other platforms to share your video in a really unique way that is unique to your style, your brand, and the vibe that you want to be putting out there. So I'm again going to do a little screencast of a few examples of how we share our videos across social platforms so that we're able to grab our audience's attention everywhere and push them towards our YouTube video to give us more engagement, more traffic, particularly in the first 24 to 48 hours of publishing, which gives us a higher ranking and boosts the video in the algorithm. So let's take a look at how we do that.
This is how we share our videos across social to make sure that they cut through the clutter. So I really like to make sure that we're sharing things that actually pop on the platforms we're using. So if we're on Twitter, we know that images and videos really stand out. So you can see here that we pin any of my new videos to the very top as the newest tweet. And we use the thumbnail to really grab people's attention and then put the link in the actual tweet. So we use that same style every single week for every single video. And then on Instagram, again, you want to play to the platform. So we use these text images or we use a really strong thumbnail image of myself. And then I do a long form caption post because that's what people want to see on my Instagram profile and based on the data, what works the best. So you can see here that we had almost 1,700 likes on this photo and tons of comments. And the call to action here is to go check out the YouTube video and the link is in my bio. So I'm always sending people there. But again, we're playing to the strengths of the platform. And that's the important part when it comes to sharing out your YouTube video. You want to make sure you're paying attention to how the platform operates and what kind of content stands out the best. So again, on a platform like Facebook, sometimes I'll go live because I know that live streams garner the most attention and I'll put a link to my YouTube video in the comments. So play to the strengths of the platform and that's the best way to share out your video to get the most eyeballs and traffic sent directly to YouTube.
And finally, step number 5 to making your videos stand out on YouTube is a secret little ninja trick that I like to call filling the holes. So it may feel like this is super overwhelming and there's so many people to compete with, but there's actually a lot of little gaps that you can fill with your videos that nobody else has seen has an opportunity yet. So oftentimes new YouTubers or even seasoned YouTubers are going after these big, huge titles that have a ton of search volume and all of these people wanting to see them. That's really hard to compete for. But did you know there's also titles related to those big topics that have maybe a little less search volume, but they don't have anybody making videos around them. So you're automatically gonna rank number 1 for that topic. So I'm gonna show you exactly what I mean. We kind of call them gateway videos in this quick screencast as well.
Okay, so this is super interesting for me, and I love looking at things like gateway videos because these are hidden gold mines and really big opportunities, really no matter how big or small your channel may be. So what I mean by this is basically you look up any sort of topic that's related to your niche, and I've chosen niches that I know nothing about, but I just wanted to demonstrate the point. So say I look up how to bake a cake, and I have a baking channel. You know that this term is extremely competitive. Yes, there's a ton of people searching for it on a monthly basis, but it's very, very competitive. And our TubeBuddy score over here is not good. So it'd be really difficult for your video to get found because it's badge targeted because it's extremely competitive. So how do you find a gateway video in here? Well, basically I'll scroll down and I look at the amount of subscribers in comparison to the number of views. So this is pretty interesting to me because both of these channels, they don't necessarily have a massive amount of subscribers, but they have a huge amount of views. So what I'm going to do is click on this channel right here, open up the channel, and I'm going to go to videos and I'm going to sort by most popular. And you'll see that that video is the most popular video on this channel by a big long shot. So reason being is this is a gateway video because yes, it's how to bake a cake, but there's other information here in the title: how to bake a cake, how to make a cake, sponge cake recipe. So it's specific to sponge cakes. So this video has gotten a ton of views and velocity regardless of the subscriber base, which tells you that this is a possible gateway for you to create a video on the same topic in this industry and have really good results. Let's also illustrate this point with another channel and another topic, which is how to get clear skin. Super, super competitive. It says fair over here, but again, anything in the red on the score is probably not going to be the best for you. So how to get clear skin, you're competing with channels with huge amounts of subscribers, but very interesting, change the title a little bit and still ranking for how to get clear skin with only 41,000 subscribers, which not only, that's still a good amount, but 41,000 subscribers in amongst almost 500,000, over 500,000, over 200,000 subscribers. So ranking in amongst competitive channels because she's used a different take on this search term. So with less subscribers, she's still ranking in the 3rd spot up here. So it's basically taking these big, broad topics and looking for channels who've been able to break through in amongst all these huge channels with a bit of a spin on the topic. So instead of how to get clear skin, affordable skincare routine. So this is a gateway video, and you could perhaps take this and take your own spin on it. And again, also see success within this search term. So those are gateway videos and how you find them.
So those are the 5 magic steps to help you stand out on YouTube and get your videos clicked. That's what we really want. We want people to see that you're amazing at what you do, you're value driven, you're educating, you're entertaining, you're inspiring people with your content. But you gotta get people to click first, and these are all the steps to get people to do that and to make you stand out on this platform. And I promise you, no matter where you are in your journey, it is possible and it will happen. So I want to say thank you to our Boss Club members and give one particular member a special shout out. I love this name. 50-something original says, congrats, Sunny, your content is always helpful. I needed to hear about changing it up until I find what resonates with the viewers. I just recently gained more subscribers, not a lot compared to others, but significant to me. That's awesome. On a style that I tried in the last 2 videos. So I think I will focus on that method. And switching it up and testing your content is such a big piece of growing. If you want to get a shout out in one of my videos, make sure you comment below with the hashtag Boss Club and your best takeaway from this video. I can't wait to see what you think. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Make sure you hit the subscribe button, share this video with anyone that it could help, and hit that like button if you enjoyed it. And I'll see you in the next video.